What's going on there, guys? This is Quinn, that Snazzy iPhone guy. For those of you that follow me on Twitter, you know that I plan to have the FiO E7 portable amplifier review today for you, but due to some technical difficulties and some camera issues, I postponed that to a later date. But today, we have a very exciting and good review of the FusionWerkz Sabre case for iPhone 4. It's going to come in this awesome little aluminum tin. You're going to find a serial number up top, which is nice. It proves authenticity and all that good stuff. They're crafted here in the USA, so it's all US parts, US labor. Good to see. It's a good quality product. They're going to give you one screen shield. It is only for the screen, which is kind of a bummer. I was hoping they would include a rear screen shield, but they do not. And this is the case itself. Now, what it is an aluminum style case with a polymer covering. So if you guys remember the Raw, which I reviewed several months ago, it was aluminum on both sides. This has kind of created a more bumper style-esque case, which is very good and it looks awesome. And we'll get into the full features in a minute, but there are a few different options. So you have this stainless, or not stainless, you have this aluminum top here. And it comes with stainless steel screws. The other great thing about it is it's really light. It's only ½ an ounce, which is really awesome to see. But this is the main bulk of the case. It's the polymer bottom. Now this polymer bottom comes in this open back here. It has a half back, which is kind of like halfway across, which is kind of cool looking. And then they have a full covered back. So you can choose which one you want. But this is the more bumper style case, which I like a little bit more because it shows off the sexiness of the back of your iPhone. So, we're going to pull this cover up right here. They give you a nice little carrying pouch. I don't really know how often you would use this, but it's cool that it's included. And then they are going to include an Allen wrench with 2 screws, and then of course the 4 screws in the case. So you do get 2 extra screws if you lose 2 or 1 or whatever. It's nice to see there are a few extras. So let's get to assembling this case, and I'll kind of show you the features of it and what is all included within that. So let's go. Alrighty, so as you can see, assembly was pretty easy. One thing to note, as this is a polymer shell, you will have to be careful while you're screwing the screws in. Especially with these types style of cases, you'll either strip a screw or actually strip the polymer drill hole, so you'll actually render the case either useless in that one screw or the case will get stuck on your phone. So you do need to be careful to ensure that the screws are tight, but you also don't want to strip the screws. So that's one thing you kind of have to be slightly precautious of. Just a little bit of a demo of the case. As you can see here, you have the front, you have this full border style, and it has full access to the screen, so you can lay that screen shield down there. If you already have one, you can add one existing, no problems whatsoever. You have full access to your home, all your ports, all your cameras. That's good and dandy. When we move over to the side here, you're going to find that this is, again, fully exposed. You have this relatively large Sabre logo, which I like. I think it kind of gives it a little bit of character. I like that brand, that branding, but some people just like the raw, pure look of the iPhone and may not find that attractive. Anyways, you have full access to your your ports here, your volume up and down, and then your sleep-wake button. As you can see, it is a large cutout, so it is Verizon and AT&T compatible, which again is nice to see. When we move up to the top, you're going to find there is a headphone jack cover and then a external mic covering. It's pretty large, so it's going to be able to fit most headphones. There is a teeny bit of a recession, but all the headphones I've discovered that are usually pretty fat and have issues, there aren't any on this, so that's nice to see. As you can see, it's a little bit more bulbous on this side, and that's because it actually leaves room for the antenna slit. And so that's kind of cool that it leaves that open rather than cover it with polymer, so you can get better reception and signal. You have your sleep-wake button here. It's a little bit recessed, kind of hard to push. If I have a complaint with the case, that is it. It's a little bit weird when you're trying to make sure that fits all well and dandy, but that's I guess my own problem, but there is no recession there. So if you don't like having to dig your fingernail in there, this case may not be the best for you. And then down on the bottom, you'll have access to your microphone, your speakerphone, and your 30-pin dock connector. The 30-pin dock connector reservoir is rather shallow, so you won't have many problems plugging in most third-party cables. My car did have an issue. It did not plug in because it was a little bit too fat for this case. So that's one thing to note. If you use third-party cables that are non-Apple authorized, you may run into some issues with this. Overall, and of the tens of, it doesn't sound impressive, of the tens of cases I've reviewed of this style from various manufacturers, this ought to be my favorite. It's very well done. It's very well polished. It looks great, and I'm overall very satisfied with it. Final conclusions, it's an excellent looking case. It won't decrease your cell signal, and it just is a solid case made here in the USA from a solid company. So this is Quinn, that's Snazzy iPhone Guy, the video review of the Sabre. It's an 8 out of 10 for a couple reasons. Don't strip the screws, and then of course it is relatively pricey at $55. But that's it, that's all for me. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, rate, comment, and as always, stay snazzy. See you later, folks.